Not much to really know about this airport other than the fact that there's skydiving activity. We have to stay south of the airport at all times.
Yep.
Pattern altitude's 1,000 feet MSL instead of being 1,000 feet AGL.
Right.
Right turns on 9. Airport lighting is continuous or just automatic. Airport has, I can't remember the name of it. Airport markings are non-standard, or non-standard airport markings. It'll say in the chart supplement, meaning airport markings may be obscured, lights aren't standard, nothing standard.
Right.
Just, you know, for all that matters, the center line could be painted purple. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're non-standard markings. So, that's really it. That's all I can think of. Those are the only things you need to know for this place. And they have a displaced threshold 2.7. That's simply because of the trees right here.
Yeah.
It's not possible to land before it, or it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be done. Real quick. Hey Joe! Hey Joe! Yeah, you can just throw it in there. Kate left for the day. I was gonna say, you probably knew already, but Kate left for the day. Yeah, you can just throw it through there.
Alright,
That's all.
no problem. Have a good flight.
Alright, take care, bud.
Bye.
What's that? Looks like some weird gray skies coming in from over there. Could be wrong though. It's weird.
I didn't see any rain in the forecast.
The weather the past couple days has been crazy. Everything's VFR to the west of us.
Your IFR anyway, right?
What's that?
You have your IFR, right?
Yeah, but this plane doesn't.
Oh, this plane does not.
Hell no. For an Echo, I would.
I don't need to prime right now, do I?
Nah, I shouldn't have to. And just mixture forward too.
Oh, yeah. Did I miss that? That's the first step. It's gonna get pulled out.
Clear!
Master, right?
Yep.
Gotta work that out piece here. Again.
Clear!
Radio check.
I got you loud and clear.
Alright, put the wrong thing in there. Get in there. Alright. Put that on hold, yeah. Mixture clean. Flaps up. Transponder and squawking altitude mode. Alright.
And the taxi brake check and the turn instrument check part is what matters. Like particularly, like let's say we were flying IFR.
Right.
That's one of those things that you want to figure out on the ground before you figure out in flight. As you're making a turn on the ground, you're going to make sure that your heading and compass are moving freely,
Okay.
that your turn coordinator banks into the turn, and the
Mhm.
ball should go outside of the turn due to centrifugal forces.
Okay.
And attitude indicator won't bank more than 5 degrees. Airspeed, altimeter, and vertical speed should not move. They should stay stationary. So you're
Right.
kind of just making sure all the instruments do exactly what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
But if you saw the attitude indicator like start tumbling,
Mhm.
or let's say you stop the turn, but the the heading indicator keeps spinning, it's probably because of suction. And you can see our suction's low,
Right.
so you may get precession and stuff like that. But even though that reads low, it actually still stands perfectly fine.
Is that concerning that it's low, or will that go up when the?
It's an old airplane.
All right. Because I've never seen that before, so.
Yeah, well, with power settings, because it's a vacuum pump that's
Right.
run by the engine, or
Right.
engine-driven vacuum pump.
So it is
As you increase
the engine
power,
Okay.
yeah, it'll go up.
All right. So we're going to. I guess we'll run up. Where are we going to run up?
We'll just do it down by the windsock.
Okay. Which is totally flaccid.
Yeah.
All right. Give yourself a little brake check here. My
And
brakes are good.
yep, cleared left, cleared right. And your controls.
My controls. Cleared left and right. Guess it doesn't really matter which way we point.
Yeah, right. It's like kind of not doing a whole lot, but
I guess we're taking off 27.
yeah. So if the winds are completely dead on the surface, there's most of the time the winds aren't dead aloft.
Right.
So and then you make the first left
Oh,
there.
shit, sorry.
Yep. So from this, it looks like the winds are coming from about probably a 290 or 300 heading.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously it's dead, so it's kind of just varying.
Yeah, I looked aloft at the nearby airports, and it was like 275 to 28
Yep.
something. Yeah.
Exactly. 275 by 11. So at that point, I'd pick 27. Just makes the most sense.
Yep. All right, brakes hold, doors, windows closed and locked. Good. Flight controls, check. Oops. I can't see anything with these glasses. There we go. Alright. Drop that every time. Where the hell did it go?
Right in the center. You could also get a knee board. Sometimes that's
Yeah.
helpful. Sometimes it's a yoke, depending on how tall you are.
Alright. Flight controls. Check. Flight instruments. Check. Do you happen to catch the barometer while you're in?
Let's see. I think 16 minutes ago, 2994.
2994?
Yeah, 94.
Oh, 94, yeah. Dirt.
At that point, it should be like within 75 feet of field elevation, but it's not always. I mean, it's within 75 feet, but it's not always going to be perfect because Philly's all the way over there.
Alright. Heading is due west. It's also our runway bug. And we are now moving there, free of cracks and bubbles, right?
Yep, cracks, leaks, and bubbles.
Leaks
and you
and
have
bubbles.
a deviation
All right.
card available as well. That's required to be on board.
Right, deviation card available. Alright. Fuel selector is on both. I did check it with a spin before. Next year we're going rich. Throttle. 700. There goes the suction. Alright. We're at 100. Legs. It's good. Engine instruments check. Looks good. Ammeter check. Good. Suction check. Carb heat on. Looks good. We go idle with the carb heat on, right?
Yep.
Looks good. Radios are set. Mixture lean for taxi. Departure review. So, should we do that every time? If we're under 55, we're going to stop.
Yeah, you're gonna come to a complete stop.
Right.
Throttle may close, brakes are started.
Right.
If not enough runway remains for a complete stop, you're gonna cut off the mixture, cut off the fuel selector, mags, battery
Right.
master. Once you get the flaps in, come to a complete stop, land at the lowest possible airspeed, stop straight ahead, avoid obstacles. If you're on upwind here, there's gonna be a field out to your right. There's gonna be a golf course below. And that's kind of your best shot.
Yeah.
If we're above, like, let's say 700 feet, maybe we'll be able to make a 180 and bring it back in.
Alright. So those are really the only two options, right? Either stop under 55 or we're going and we got to turn everything off and land, right?
Yeah, well, if there's not enough runway, the third option is you're aloft and you're at 700
right, that's
feet.
kind of what I'm asking. Like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
could try to like put it down if possible. All right.
Yeah, and there's really no time for a checklist, but
Right.
I mean,
Obviously.
if you got yourself together, I would say why not check? Like, I just tell people do a floor to door check.
Right.
In an emergency, you're low to the ground, no time for a checklist. Fuel selector, obviously you want on both. Mixture, you want to make it sure it's full rich. Carb heat, pull it out in case you got carb icing. And magnetos, make sure you didn't accidentally leave it on left or right. Make sure it's on both. Make sure primer's locked and fastened. And then getting the door unlocked is just having the door available to get out of the airplane.
Yeah.
So that way the airframe doesn't crumble and crunch your door shut. That's really it.
All right. And we don't need to make a call at this point, do we?
Nah. You
Got
could if there was people here, but I mean, just to save the confusion from who's doing what.
So pits. Both those guys
Yeah.
just came in. What's that little guy?
The other one?
Yeah.
That's Joe's. He's the mechanic that works on all the pits. Kind of aircraft, not sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. Gotta put my old man glasses on. Oh, got the wrong ones here.
So if all the landings are looking good, what we'll do is get into short and soft field takeoffs and landings today, but I don't really expect to do that. I just want to try and get at least like maybe 10 laps in or something.
Okay.
If it's not looking perfect, your approach isn't looking perfect, just do a go around, save yourself from a terrible, approach to landing, just set yourself up for a better one on the next go.
Got it.
If you don't have any of those, I'll probably tell you there's a dog on the runway. When I do that, we're not going to try and go save the dog. We're going to do a go around.
Gotcha. All right. Line for departure. Mixture rich. Trim take off. Altitude. Squawking. Icing. Lights on. Heading indicator to compass. And we don't need lights on right now, do we?
Not required. You can start turning them on,
Okay.
but it's, I guess, somewhat dark. That's
Cool.
pitot heat. So you
Oh,
can turn
sorry.
that
Do we
one
need
on.
strobe on?
Strobe, yeah,
Okay.
you can just turn it on. Since we don't pay the electric bill. GPS, I'm just gonna button smash this thing. Not like we really need it on, but
Did you say, I'm sorry, did you say leave this on or off the strobe?
you can leave it all on.
Okay, cool.
The only time you turn it off on the ground is when you're blinding other pilots.
Right, I got you. Okay. Looks like we're clear left, clear right. Good?
Yep.
Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk, November 52261, taking runway 27, left closed traffic, cross keys. Now when departing, do you depart from the threshold here, or do you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
You
alright.
can take off on the threshold, you just can't land on
Got it, alright, cool. So we're good here?
it.
We're good to go?
Yep, I'm ready to roll.
Just gonna-
Runway 27 is inside now.
Yeah.
Oil temperature and pressure looks good. Engine instruments are still in the green. Airspeed's alive, 50, 55.
Whoops. Oh god.
Try and flare a little bit more, or I'm sorry, bring the nose up.
It's like skidding there. Did not like that. Alright, so 74, right?
Yep, just bring the curvature part of the dash to the horizon, about here. And then trim it out. And it's that enough right rudder to hold that heading 27.
Making a turn now, right?
700 feet, yep. You can start clearing left, so lift up your left wing. Make sure there's no low wing traffic above you. Someone that you're not able to see, and that they're not able to see you. Then rolling out of this, add some right rudder as you roll wings level on that south heading. And 100 feet to go. Start pitch, power, trim. It looks freaking weird out here.
It's like hazy.
Alright, and clear left. And just keep the nose down a little bit.
Not this again.
Orange traffic, jumpers away 14,000 feet, and look out over one.
Alright.
Yep, more forward trim. And perfectly 3/4 of a mile distance.
Alright, so send now.
Yep.
Everything's in. Need 500 feet a minute. Oops, I need some flaps, right?
Yep, you're just missing one more thing too.
Shit, well, carb heat out, damn it.
Just try and use the memory aid of whenever you're below the green arc, you'll use carb heat.
Yeah, sorry. First run of the day. Alright, we're turning now?
Yep, absolutely. We're going to be a little low here.
Okay.
We just extended our downwind a little bit, so expect to just possibly add a little bit of power to
Okay.
maintain altitude.
Oh shit, I should be making calls, right? Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk November 52261, final runway 27, Crosskeys. Whoops, came out a little wide. Am I too high?
I'd say you're low just because you can't see the runway numbers.
Got it.
You don't have any poppies here or anything like
Yeah.
that, but the runway numbers is like one of our best options to just always keep that in sight, just slightly in sight. So if you keep it fully in sight, you're going to be a little high here, or pretty high. I'd say you're ready to pull power to idle. And just don't dive bomb the runway because you can't force it to land, so you'll have to flare a little early to slow the plane down.
Gotcha. Get over there. Let me know if I screw anything up.
Yep.
Shit, porpoise.
All right, pull. Oh no, keep it. No, don't break.
Oh,
Don't break.
shit,
Yep,
sorry.
don't break.
Brake now, gently.
Yep, just gently. Pull back pressure.
That was pretty rough.
Got it on the ground. See there, you're trying to plant it on the ground. It's about ready to tell you we're almost at our abort point, but I kind of didn't want to say anything here. I just wanted to see where you're at. You're on your third flight, and you're just putting it on the ground on your own. So I'd say we're pretty good here.
Crosskeys traffic, West Skyhawk 52261 is clear of runway 27. Crosskeys. That's it, right?
And your mixture back a little bit. Sorry, I didn't really, once we were on downwind, I was just kind of like, you know what, I kind of don't want to say anything. I just wanted to see where we're at.
It's cool, I appreciate that, but it's definitely step in if I'm screwing something up.
You were doing fine, you know, because you realized, like, oh, shoot, I need to add flaps. Oh, shoot, I need to start making radio calls. That's fine. It's all part of learning.
Oh, I'm sorry. And was this this wasn't a full stop, was it?
No, we have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just based
Okay.
on the
So
distance.
we're not. There's nowhere that says we're not allowed to do touch and goes, but it would be.
So just in general at this airport, we don't do that?
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
ever do touch and goes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Just try to stop a little sooner so we don't have to do full length taxi.
There you go. Yeah, right. You're saving money.
So I have a question. Since I was skidding on the brakes there, when you're landing, would you keep your feet low until you're on the ground?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Because I had them at the ready.
No,
Right.
yeah. Toes are always on the bottom portion of the pedal. I don't
Right.
even start braking until I'm like bent on the ground for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, if you're landing and you feel like you have to put the brakes on immediately, well, then you probably should have did a go around.
Right. Yeah. Go around procedure. Full throttle, carb heat in. Pitch down a little bit to gain some speed, and then pitch up to VX, right? Or VY?
So VX will be best angle, VY
Right.
rest rate. So you're going to push full throttle in, carb heat in,
All right.
flaps to 20.
Flaps. Damn flaps.
Yep, because you need to reduce the amount of drag that you have on the plane.
Flaps 20. Flaps 20. Now, since we're not doing go-arounds here, do we do a full, pre-departure check again here? Like, do you go down the checklist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, cool.
Yep. We'll always use checklist for full stop landing.
We got altitude, icing on, heading indicator to compass. Looks close, but not quite. Got that. Alright. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, sorry, 1 second.
Very good.
I want my old man glasses. These things.
Well, they're good enough to get a medical, right?
Huh? Oh yeah, they're just reading glasses.
Oh yeah, like nearsighted.
Yeah. So the problem is those are kind of big and bulky, and like I can't see. But I got these ones that make me look like an old man. That, you know, they're like much less of a frame and less lens,
Yeah.
so it's just nicer. All right. Back to work. All right. So we did all the checks. Lights are still on. Good to go. Clear both ways. Cross keys, traffic, White Skyhawk 261, taking runway 27, left close traffic, cross keys. This time I'll try a rolling takeoff. Alright. Everything good here?
2.7 inside and out. All the time pressure's good.
Alright.
Then yeah, toes will be just all the way
Yeah,
on the bottom
I'm gonna move them here as I hit the gas.
There you go.
Alright. Airspeed indicators live.
More right rudder.
Slightly better. Gotta put that on the old squawk list.
Yeah. Well, I was about to, but the last person I flew with that didn't do it. It might be the weight of the thing.
Oh yeah,
But,
you're probably right.
It probably still does need to be resoldered. And it won't get done until 100 hour if I had to guess, though.
That's the town, right?
For what? If you're using the road as a 3/4
it's
mile
out.
marker,
Yeah.
it's the one that butts up against the tree line here.
That's right. So I'm a little wide, a little high, and then a little fast. I keep forgetting to call my out, that's in 10 degrees of flaps. Right, sorry, we want to stay on the inside of this road, right?
Yeah, preferably, yeah.
Cross gauge traffic, White Skyhawk, November 52261, left base 27, cross keys. A little long.
So if you just keep the runway numbers just barely in sight like how we have it,
Right.
that's how you know you're good.
Okay.
Yes, we are far from the airport, but that's how you know your approach path looks good.
Cross gauge traffic, White Skyhawk 261, final, runway 27, cross keys. Mike is always picking up my breathing. Check, check.
Oh, yep, just go visual, keep power idle, and just start flaring. A little lower to the ground before flaring more. You're good to brake. And just keep going to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. This is almost looking too easy for you.
What was that, this one?
Yeah.
I need a
Yeah, just wait till it comes clear.
Okay. Need a little bit more on that. No, maybe not. We'll keep giving this a try.
There's some reason why the squelch is either here or it's at the other spot where you hear yourself breathing. There is no in between.
Right.
I don't know why.
Which one is it, by the way, for the left side?
So,
Or is it both?
N52261 clear, 27 cross keys.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you can do that. Fuel selector, trim, mixture lean, bar beta, and landing light would go off. And you verify 1200 in case we were out flying and talking to ATC.
Right.
This thing, you turn it off. I don't know why you would ever want to turn it off.
Right.
Volume for us. And then squelch for us.
It's for both sides, is what you're saying? The
Exactly.
squelch,
Yeah, so this works for both of us. There is no fancy way to do mine and yours.
Yeah.
And then this is just simply your radios. So volume one, com 1,
Yeah, right.
com 2.
Yeah, I'm rewatching these to just learn a little more. And all I hear is myself breathing. I still feel like I'm hitting the ground kind of hard. Any pointers there?
You flared a little, like you're flaring in the beginning, perfect.
Okay.
And then you do this one spot where you just kind of get a little bit too abrupt.
Okay.
And it's making one, kind of making you level off.
Right.
So then you hold level flight for a little bit. And then now it's like, okay, now you have a second, like, landing to flare for almost.
Right,
because
yeah.
you're changing.
Like it just drops all of a sudden.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, now we have to wait for the plane to start sinking again, and then start flaring again, and it's because it's not one smooth motion.
Okay.
I think, like, in the beginning, you have it perfect, and then the second half, it's like, oh, now you screwed yourself up, now you have to fix it.
Right.
And over time, you'll get better at fixing it. I already feel comfortable. I think I could sit here, my legs crossed, and just let you fly. So that's already a good sign.
Good.
Not taking us off the runway. You have good rudder control.
Yeah, it seems to be getting a little easier. It's tough at first because I'm not used to like using all these
Also is the same way, so.
Yeah.
Different ways.
If, well, I don't even know if I want to go anywhere because I don't know what the heck the weather's doing. Yeah, because everything up north now is going back to marginal. I would like to go to like Flying W, South Jersey, Hamilton, but maybe save that for another day when it's not as calm. Because I think calm winds is, it's just going to be calm at all the airports anyways.
Right.
But your sight picture and your visuals, you know what I mean? Like now you're at a new airport, so now you got to give yourself new visual references for
Right.
keeping your downwind perfect and your base and cross, whatever. So I think I told you before, like I wanted to fly Foggles to all these airports.
Yeah, you know what? I meant to buy a pair of those and I totally forgot.
Yeah, then let's just wait for next time. This I think is just gonna be easy in a day, so we might as well just get as many solo takeoffs and landings. I'm not doing anything.
Looks good both ways.
Yep.
Cross keys traffic, White Sky Hawk 261, taking runway 27, left closed traffic, cross keys. Oh, shoot. I still never forget that.
Yeah. Just know if you do it on takeoff, it's no big deal, just keep flying the plane.
Okay.
I'll tell you that from experience when I was a student.
When did you start flying? I'm sure I asked you, but...
Like 2017.
Right, right on. Okay. That gets a lot of brakes. Yeah, alright. Good, so... do... a rolling takeoff. Why am I turning so hard that way? Feet are on the ground. Temperatures and pressures look good. Airspeed's alive.
Oh, just apply more back pressure. There you go. Try and keep the nose down a little bit so that when you're in ground effect for just for a little bit.
Okay.
Enough to see the end of the runway. That way you get your rudder, everything all set up.
Right.
Then once you're set up, then bring the nose above the horizon.
I feel like we weren't really lifting on that one, so I think I was trying to pull back too hard or something.
I'd say the opposite. Probably just didn't apply enough back pressure.
Oh,
Just kind of staying on the ground.
Traffic, yellow biplane is maneuvering over the Chantel Airport.
Just watch when you make a turn like that and you hear that engine get real quiet.
Okay.
And now as your wings level, you kind of hear the prop increasing slowly.
Right.
It's also a sign your airspeed got a little slow through the turn.
Okay.
So in that turn, just add a little bit of power, because you're going to be power for airspeed, pitch for altitude.
Alright. To be honest, I didn't hear that at all, but I'll try to look for it. Cross keys traffic, White Sky Hawk 261, downwind 27, cross keys. I don't remember those calls.
And go ahead and cut your power to idle.
Operations over launch, 2 minutes.
The worst spot to lose your engine, you just lost your engine.
Yeah.
Alright, what would you do?
But left.
Yep, no time to think, just go.
Don't think, just go.
Yep, go right to the airport. Best glide speed will be 60 knots with flaps down. So you already have 10 degrees. Up to you if you want to put them back up or you want
I'm sorry, you said best glide speed will be what?
to 60 knots
Oh, okay.
with 10 degrees of flaps. So point directly towards the airport if you don't think you're going to make this. If you have to stay on base, you can. Do whatever you want.
Crosskeys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, base, left base for 27, Crosskeys.
So we're kind of sinking even more air. You could even go right to the numbers if you wanted. We also know how to do a forward slip. So you could do a forward slip if you came in slightly too high.
Right.
But we look kind of fine. You could use more flaps whenever you're ready.
You're going full flaps?
Yep, absolutely. You're pretty high here.
Go.
You could even do a flip to the right. So left rudder, right aileron.
Left, rudder, right, and oh god, I don't want to do that right now.
You got it?
Might have to go around on this one. Didn't call final.
If you did it, you'd have been fine. You don't have to call final. You're an emergency
I'm
aircraft.
gonna go around here. I'm not.
Alright, yeah, sure,
I don't feel stable left.
Sure. So, full throttle all the way in. RP in.
Yep.
20 degrees. Now pitch for VX. So, watch that. Yeah.
I can't get the hang of that thing.
And you feel free to just take the trim wheel and just swipe it up like, you know, like a lunatic. Just
I
take
feel
it.
like I gotta push it down with
slap it.
this one. There we go.
Alright, cleared all obstacles in South Jersey. Push the nose down. Then retrim it to the horizon. And all you gotta do is Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk 52261 going around runway 27 Crosskeys.
Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk 261 going around, Crosskeys, runway 27 Crosskeys. I didn't clear left. Good though.
And in a real emergency, do you know how to squawk 7700 in this airplane?
I do not. I do not. I mean, I'm sure you just tap the squawk and re-enter it.
Yep. And if you were an emergency aircraft, you know, there's 121.5. However, it makes sense to just stay on CTAF because you want other people in the traffic pattern to know that you're an emergency aircraft and you need the runway.
Right. And there we go. Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk 261, downwind for 27, Crosskeys.
Yeah, if you did a forward slip there, we would have been perfect. Or put the flaps in slightly earlier.
About 5 miles west-southwest will be transitioning.
Yeah, it's not
I only told you to go right to the numbers. I knew we could have made it. Like if you had it good, but you know, it was close. Like you looked like you were trying to fly the airplane to get to the runway numbers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fly the airplane to get to 1,000-foot markers, even though there's none that exist here. That way you don't end up coming in slightly short.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Alright, where's that damn road?
Well, I mean, you could turn before it.
Yeah,
I think I usually turn the beige water tower.
that's what I'm trying to do, is not keep going as far as I have been.
But on a calm wind day like today, you know, maybe you do need to elongate it just because you don't get that sink.
Right. Crosskeys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, left base 27, cross keys.
Sober traffic helicopter passing north side of the field, 2,000 feet west to east, Sober.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261. Final, runway 27, cross keys.
Altitude's high, airspeed's low, so you just keep the power idle and just push the nose slightly down if you need to. If you're going to do a forward slip, just keep power to idle.
That's, which way?
The aileron's always into the wind, rudder away from the wind.
So, the wind's behind, the wind's dead ahead there, right?
It's slightly off our right.
Alright, talk me through this. Flaring.
Yep, just hold it.
Letting it go.
Alright, it's sinking a little bit, so increase a little bit more. Alright, it's a little bit too much, hold it.
Okay.
Hold it. A little bit more. Keep using your feet.
Okay.
Good, your flare is fine. They're just some of those jerky moves where you like stay level for a little bit.
I have trouble getting to the, oh,
Do
sorry.
This. This will put more weight onto the back wheel, as well as preventing the nose wheel from digging into the ground. The only thing that would have helped there too is 30 degrees, but
Failure.
not failure. You just got to see how the aircraft responds with only 20 degrees.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261 is clear of 27, cross keys.
I think we've done flap up landings, have we?
I don't think we have now.
No? Okay. That's probably one of the reasons why you would do a forward slip to landing, is the event that you lost your electrical system.
Yeah, for some reason these trees really bug me out over here.
Yeah,
So,
for some reason.
Like, I feel like if I'm going to practice stuff like that, it should be at, like, a different airport to start, but I don't know.
Ah, that's the joy of learning.
I'm sure I'll get more comfortable with it over time, but
Yeah. You have trees, you have a lawnmower going off, like right in front of the runway.
yes,
Grass blowing onto the runway. Nasty crosswinds sometimes. Updrafts from the trees. Here, boxes, golf carts, retired people walking around.
didn't see any of those skydivers come in.
Yeah, skydivers.
There was a call earlier that they were jumping, right? Thought I heard that. Maybe it was a different airport. Isn't there another
Definitely
one like
something different.
up north?
I don't know if anyone's jumping. Yeah, maybe.
Isn't there another airport up north that's got a jump zone?
Can't remember the. Just watch if you. Yeah, I think you are on the brakes a little bit.
Oh, another airplane.
Alright, let's see what they do. You always give way to them if they want. Or is he gonna give way to us? Alright. Thank you.
You got it.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, my left ankle is still not quite right, so I can't bend it back as much as I want.
Oh, true.
So it's tough to keep off that left brake. It's toasty in here now.
Yeah,
I gotta
I am getting warm.
It's gotta be brutal in the winter, in the summer with
It does.
Yeah.
Also open up cabin vent. So, down here, this handle is like what pulls open the cabin air. The vent that's on the side kind of kicks it out like an old school car. Cabin heat is right here if you ever need it, which we won't need that for another while, hopefully. And then, obviously,
Heading compass. Good.
That landing number 3.
What's that?
That landing number 3.
Not following you. What?
3. I think that was landing number 3.
Oh, that was landing number 3. Okay, yeah. Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, taking runway 27 left, closed traffic, cross keys. Alright. Everything looks good, lights are on. Oil and temp looks good, alright, let's go. SP's live. Alright, so.
Alright, so yep, start applying more back pressure. Ease it forward, get the runway in sight again.
Alright,
Now
yeah.
go ahead and take off.
Yeah, you're right, I was definitely not pulling back hard the first time.
By pushing the nose down, you just stay in ground effect for a hot second, so
Right.
it decreases your takeoff distance. Take that free extra lift while you can get it.
Cross keys traffic, white Skyhawk 261, left crosswind, cross keys. 27. Cross keys traffic, white Skyhawk 261, downwind for 27, cross keys.
Try and let go of the yoke real quick.
What's that? Oh, try to let go.
I just wasn't sure if you were fighting it or not.
I didn't think I was. But maybe I was. And that road really is a perfect lineup for this.
Right.
Harper County traffic 03290 Fox.
You could do this at any airport. Hamilton, I use the Blue Barn as my reference.
Right.
Overfly the field at 1500, 111 downwind, roughly 1 mile.
I definitely recommend it. Like, you're on a check ride. I mean, you do one lap in the pattern, you better find some visual references or already know the airport.
Right.
Because the second you start figuring out, oh, I screwed up there on the first one, all you do is do a go around, then figure out that ground reference you had and make it a better one the next time.
Right.
Compensate for whatever you did wrong.
Cross keys traffic, white Skyhawk 261, left base 27, cross keys.
This time we're high because we can see the runway numbers pretty good.
Oh, yeah. So, left.
I just pull power all the way to idle. Flaps all the way in, you can put them in a little earlier.
Traffic 6470 Bob's Crosswind 19 Harper.
You don't have to do the 10,
Oh.
20, 30 rule. Keep it at idle, just keep the nose down. Going 10, 20, 30 is only for consistency.
Right.
But for safety, you're high, you know, put flaps in early. You could always do little S-turns here to dissipate altitude, give yourself more time.
I hate getting close to these trees.
You're good, you're right at 60 knots. Keep it at idle and just flare it in.
Got it. Alright.
Just slowly start increasing that back pressure. That's a little bit too much, just hold it. More.
Watch it.
Don't pull it all the way into your lap till you start braking.
Okay.
Because once you start braking, you'll realize that now you can brake without the tail striking on accident. The tail will strike on this plane. The only one it will do it with.
And I never called final, I don't think, did I?
Nope.
Bad mistake when there's a guy getting ready to take off.
At the end of the day, see and avoid. But if someone did take off here, it's hard to say. Do you go to the right around them, or do you go left?
Here, that's a good question. Because you got to pass. White Skyhawk 261 is clear of 27 Krosky. Because you have to pass on the right, right?
Yeah, you should pass them
but
on
then
the
you
right.
can't go to the right over here.
Exactly. At that point, you know.
So you don't have an answer for me? It's just
I don't know. It's kind of, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking you. The teacher is trying to be the student.
I think, I mean, yeah, with the jump zone here, I think you would have to kind of go left.
Yeah, right.
I've seen guys land, you know, like out here at this airport.
Yeah.
You know, under parachute, under canopy.
I wouldn't doubt if someone's attempted to land into the sunroof of their car. Are you able to see what I'm talking about, though, as you flare and you kind of see that you're maintaining altitude?
Yeah, I can see it. I just can't seem to not do it.
Yeah, well, practice.
Gotta delay my... Just gotta think.
Just slow yourself down with the flare, I think.
Yeah.
That should do it. Also, try not to use both hands.
Okay.
Always keep one hand on throttle. It's
Even if you're at idle, I guess if you need to go around or
exactly,
something. Yeah,
whatever the case may be.
Good call. Alright, do I need to keep looking at this bridge?
Alright, I'm thinking let's try and get some soft field takeoff, soft field landings in.
Okay.
And short field takeoff, short field landing. Short field will be the easiest, I think. So we'll first start with that one. And you've kind of already been doing it, and that's flying a slower approach speed. Today it feels comfortable flying a slow approach speed. 60 knots was completely fine.
Okay.
On short field, our approach speed is 61. And, you know, normally it's 65, but
Right.
that 61 is just to take you to the runway a little bit slower. Still, it's over the fence speed, so it's not even like, yeah, as long as you take 61 on final and then somewhere over here over the trees, just start flying it visually, so pull your power to idle and start just flaring it in. The goal is to just flare it land at the lowest possible airspeed and pretty much minimal float. Just sink it onto the runway. As soon as you get it onto the runway, you're going to obviously apply brakes heavily just to make it a short field. You're going to apply full back pressure and you're going to go flaps up. So as soon as you get on the ground, as soon as that nose wheel touches, flaps up, braking, back pressure. Now we don't have to like screech the tires or anything,
Right.
but you know, give it a little bit of braking for just a good practice of it. The reason why you're putting flaps up is it's going to take the weight off the wings and put it to the wheels.
Right.
You're just reducing the amount of lift on the plane. Can't really, it's hard to land on the runway numbers, so if you can do it, that's like very impressive. At another airport, you know, we'll be able to practice landing on runway numbers.
Right.
Try and get yourself on the runway numbers plus 200 feet, which will be the beginning of the second stripe.
Got it.
So if we can land somewhere on the first stripe, that would be great. Aiming point, always want your aiming point before the landing point, so we're going to try and aim for the displaced threshold.
Right.
And expect to land on the numbers.
Okay.
But like I said, it's very difficult here, so if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. But just at least get in the habit of going flaps up immediately, good amount of braking, full back pressure on the yoke, stop straight ahead.
Alrighty.
So we'll come to a complete stop, and then we can taxi it off the runway.
Okay. I didn't hear any calls from that guy.
And short field takeoff is going to be 10 degrees of flaps.
Right.
And you'll do, the true speeds is 51, 56. So, or you just get it out of the POH. All three of the airplanes are slightly different.
Right.
The other thing I'll do sometimes for safety is just do 55 knots, climb out at VX of 60. Let's start with that one.
Okay. So we drop flaps now.
Yep, you go 10 degrees.
That and like things
If you don't ever know, you can go like this to the left.
Got it.
It's just this thing's busted. It
Okay.
really should sit like that.
Right, and then you're supposed
Then
to
you
like
have to push it over and then go down, yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to taxi out on the runway, use all available runway, and we're going to come to a complete stop. Throttle all the way to full. We verify we get static RPM achieved.
Right.
So use all available runway,
So it's
complete
boom,
stop,
boom, boom.
brakes hold, throttle full, verify engine instruments are in the green, runway heading is inside and out, static RPM should be at least around 2200 RPM.
Yeah.
If it's not, then that means the aircraft's not performing how it should.
Right.
The reason why it might not is because you might not have it leaned enough if you're departing from a high, high elevation airport or something, or a high density altitude airport.
Alright, so do short then right now?
Yep, short field takeoff, short field landing. I'll talk you through it still if we need to a little bit.
I think I should be good. Alright, looks like I can see there. I can't see anything behind us. Cross Keys traffic, Skyhawk 261 taking runway 27 left, closed traffic, Cross Keys.
And as you taxi out to get all available runway, look out for threshold lighting or anything you might hit your tail on.
Right.
Which here we don't have anything, but.
Hold on. Whoops. Alrighty.
Try and straighten out the nose wheel. So you just give it a little bit of gas and try to move it. There you go.
Okay.
Cool. Got 2.7 inside and out. You can continue holding brakes. We'll go to full power, verify static RPM is achieved, engine instruments green, and rotate 55, climb out at VX of 60.
Alright, rotate 55, VX 60. Alright, here we go. Got
Oh, top pressure's
drain,
good.
I got static RPM, good to go.
Like doing a burnout, that's all. Airspeed's alive.
Airspeed is alive. You said 55, right?
Yep. There's 50. 55, go ahead and climb. You can feel how I wanted to take off a little earlier. That's because the true speed is like 51.
Yeah.
Alright, climb out at 60.
Fly
lot different with the flaps down.
Yep. Get a little bit more right rudder. Alright, you're cleared every obstacle in South Jersey. Push the nose down and then retract flaps. There you go. That is just because you don't want to have a slow airspeed and retract the flaps, or else the plane may just sink.
Yeah, right. Okay.
That's good, that's it. Not too much different from a regular takeoff.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, left crosswind 27, cross keys. Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, left downwind 27, cross keys. Oh shit. Did it again.
Alright, remember we'll do a short field landing, so it'll be full flaps, 61 knots over the fence.
Full flaps, 61 knots over the fence.
Which is traffic, Skyhawk 2
Or trees in our case.
2 miles to the north. For 45 degrees for right in for runway 30. Richard. Archer 100, Mike 0, downwind runway 30.
Just keep the same concept in mind, just barely keep the runway numbers in sight.
Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, left base, cross keys 27, runway 27, cross keys.
Try to just keep the pitch the same, don't let the nose pitch up anymore.
Okay.
You're at 55, so push the nose down, just add a little bit of power. Alright, now you're very slow. Push the nose down, add a good amount of power. Push the nose down, push the nose down. Add a good amount of power here, now we're very low.
Okay.
And once you start seeing a slight climb out of this thing, you just kind of pull the power back.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, final 27, cross keys.
Good, flaps 30. Pull the power to idle. Only give it a jolt of power if we need it, we might, so just give it a tiny jolt. Take it back out. There you go, keep firing. Alright, flaps up. Back pressure and braking.
I can take my hand off the throttle now, yeah? Or no?
You should try and keep it.
Okay, just always keep it.
Just get used to it.
Got it.
It's gonna suck, but you'll
No, that's fine, I just, yeah.
build some massive traps.
Oh shit. What's happening? like my left rudder is. Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261 is clear of 27 cross keys.
Oh, that was good. I would say if we're at Millville, you would take 3 white lights in, 1 red light, so you'd come in slightly high.
I see what you're saying.
Because you don't ever want to have the like descend, level off, which we kind of did there. But if you come in slightly high, it allows you to just keep a smooth descent all the way down.
Right.
And then like you flare to the point where it just sinks and it just slaps the ground, and then you put the flaps up, maximum brake and back pressure. The reason why I don't tell people about that trick here is because you're already slightly high. But once we go back to Millville or something like that, you'll do short field landings with, like I said, 3 white, 1 red. And then soft field landings, I recommend doing the opposite. You'll do 3 red, 1 white. Because you want to have a nice shallow approach, so that way your flare isn't really abrupt.
Right.
It's just a smooth grease onto the runway.
Yeah.
And you're going to hold the nose up, because we want to limit the nose from dropping onto the ground in the event that there were any holes in the grass or whatever. You don't want to let that nose wheel get stuck in something and flip you forward.
Right. Yeah, interestingly, I watched my my ground school video on that last night.
Oh, okay.
The short field takeoffs and landings. Short and soft.
Oh, perfect. Would have been better timing then. Soft field takeoffs in this plane and soft field landings. You know, most of the time I would tell people, okay, go full back pressure on the yoke, add full power. You're going to prematurely take off, and don't allow yourself to exceed ground effect, because you have to stay in ground effect. You just prematurely took off.
Right.
So as soon as you exit ground effect, you'll know that you prematurely took off, because the plane will sink as soon as you get out of ground effect if you just take off immediately.
Right.
Assuming you don't have the thrust to bring you, continue bringing you off ground. But if you want for the first soft field, I'll demonstrate it.
Sure.
I'm just going to kind of show you where I have the yoke and everything.
Okay.
First soft field takeoff, soft field landing, I'll take control.
Your controls.
Like I said, I would always tell people go full back pressure. We're going to go 10 degrees of flaps. This is going to put more weight onto the wings. However, in this airplane, I can't go full back pressure because it'll tail strike quicker than shit.
Right.
It could be the elevator movement, how much the elevator goes up, so maybe the stoppers need to be like poking out a little bit more to prevent the elevator from kicking up so
Right.
high, and putting the actual, just doing exactly what we want it to do. Alright, runway heading inside and out, 1200 ALT, lights, fuel selector, trim set for takeoff, cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, departing 27 left close traffic, cross keys. We're cleared, final. So I'll just demonstrate one and then I'll have you do it. The soft field landing, actually, as soon as we're, say, same thing, 65 knots. Once we're short final, power off distance to land, I pull the power to idle. And then listen to the engine. I'm just going to give it enough to hear the engine still reciprocating a little bit louder. About that much. Just
So that's what you'll do, and you will not look at the RPM gauge at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Just about that much. You don't have to look at the RPM. You can. It's about 100 RPM for an idea.
1,000?
Yeah, like 100 RPM increase.
Oh,
whatever
sorry.
idle is.
My bad.
But but about that. That'll be your reference. The only reason why I say don't get fixated on looking inside and trying to stare
Yeah, right.
at RPM.
I have trouble with that.
And then we're gonna do minimal braking as we make these turns. So I'm going full back pressure. I'm gonna kind of ease it forward so it doesn't smack the tail on the ground. 27 inside and out. See how I'm I'm gonna pull it off the ground, but then just keep it right around there.
So the nose is off the ground with the mains on?
Exactly.
Got
Feel it coming off?
Yeah.
We have to stay within half of the aircraft's wingspan to the ground, which is about 15 feet.
Right.
We're at a suitable takeoff speed. Now I'm going to start climbing. It's up to you. You could do VY or VX takeoff.
Okay.
Because assuming you're on a grass field, it's probably also a short field at the same time. Cleared every obstacle in South Jersey. Flaps are going up. And it's not coming on here with precip, but I definitely saw it on our last lap.
Looks pretty crazy out there, but looks good to the southeast. Or northeast, rather.
That's southeast, you're right.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
And cross keys traffic, White Sky 261 turning left downwind 27 cross keys.
Oh yeah, there's that field. Soon to be houses, it looks like.
Yeah. That's like our emergency landing field. Perfect.
Yep.
Now we'll just bust into Grandma's house while she's making cookies. And just same thing, normal landing. Except like I said, just add the power and don't let the nose wheel touch. When you're on your check ride, the longer you can hold the nose wheel off the ground, the cooler it is for the examiner. It almost is like giving you more points. Even though it's like a pass or fail kind of deal.
Right.
But
But he'll be more apt to pass you.
yeah, right.
That's going to be way down the road for me, I think.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Alright.
And like I said, slightly shallower approach. This whole ordeal is a little bit... it's difficult to do everything perfectly safe here. I have to get shallow and then use power to overcome the fact I'm a little low.
Right.
Traffic 536.
But there is no landing requirement in the ACS standards. For short field there is. It's -0 because you can't land behind the runway. Plus 200 feet. Off field you just land.
Alright.
Here's 30 degrees. Cross keys traffic, White Sky 261 is short final 27 cross keys. So there's my power idle. Landing's assured. There's a bird.
Yep.
That thing is freaking huge.
Yeah, man.
And short final. Here's my 100 RPM. There's my 100. So
Alright.
just enough to
So
get that
play
engine
like
going.
right before you touch down. I got it.
Hold it off. Then I'm just gonna like kind of hold it in this. Like I don't want to go quite full back pressure because it'll strike.
Right.
Now I'm full back pressure. And there it's going down because it has to. And of course minimal braking while exiting the runway. Off here.
That was a Butte, Clark.
And 261 cleared 27 cross keys. your controls.
My controls.
And like I said, keep the full back pressure until clear of the runway, like I just did. So you're like, okay, we're off grass. It's kind of funny because I know we have to like make it up.
Yeah, I know.
We can go to Downstown. There's an actual grass field. It's just the grass is almost as hard as pavement over there because it's been gifted by cows for a couple years.
Right. Is that down by Buna or whatever?
Vineland?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I think that's it.
My in-laws live down there, so I pass that airfield all the time.
Pretty fun place.
There's a VOI there, yeah?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, alright, so that's the right one. Does this guy on the mower have comms on Unicom here, or does he just look around?
He's probably just looking around.
Okay. Just curious.
He's a pilot too.
Oh, cool.
He's just paying for his hangar right here. By cutting grass.
Not a bad trade.
Right.
Got the windshield wipers on this?
Yeah, right. Like what, 6:23?
Yeah, I mean, we can go to whenever. I don't want to keep you out all night.
I don't care. Thinking, get a good soft field landing in. This is almost just too easy for, but it's good. It's good time to practice the short and soft field takeoffs and landings right now. Short field landings, I think anybody can just kind of jump in and do. It's not, or short field takeoffs at least.
Right.
Short field landing, yeah, it's a little bit more difficult. Here, I think it's difficult to practice because you don't really get to see the like results that you're looking for.
Right.
And soft field landings are, I think, probably the. Still, again, this airport's difficult for that maneuver. I don't feel like you get to really learn and get the results, like I said, that you want.
Right. Sorry, my phone's blowing up. I want to make sure it's nothing
No,
important.
you're good.
Alright. So, we got mixture rich, carb heat in, fuel on both. Laps 10, we're going.
Yep.
Alright. And short field, no, soft field, right?
Yeah, we'll do soft field takeoff, soft field landing. As soon as that nose kind of comes up, just ease the forward pressure.
So I'm pulling back immediately, right?
Yeah, so as soon as you hear the word soft field takeoff, just go full back pressure, 10 degrees of flaps, and just act as if the ground is constantly grass. It'll take a lot of forward, like a back pressure.
When you say as soon as you hear it, are you talking about in general, or are you going to say that right now?
But
Soft field takeoff.
yeah, get in the habit. As soon as you hear the word soft field takeoff, just go full back pressure, 10 degrees.
Okay.
That way you don't ever forget. On a check ride, your head's going all over the place.
Well, what I mean is right now on this takeoff, is that like a cue to me to pull back at that point, or are you just saying keep it back the whole time?
Yeah, keep it back the whole
I
time.
got it.
Any cue for you right now to do it, just
Right.
like that.
Got it. You're not going to say that like when we're halfway down the runway. So I'm starting out the roll like this, correct?
Yep.
Got it. But
Yeah.
not all the way back.
So from right now to taxiing, keep it like this.
Got it. Sounds good. And are you? So you're all the way back?
Yep.
And then at some point, do I ease it up a little so we don't tail strike, or no?
Yeah, as soon as it starts, so as you increase power, if you add power very abruptly, like let's say you just slam full throttle,
Right.
the thrust is going to kick it back really
Right.
aggressive. So if you go smooth, it won't do that.
Okay.
And then as it starts speeding up, you can just keep holding it full back until the nose comes up. As soon as it comes up, just only ease forward pressure enough to like not let it increase
Got it.
angle of attack any more than what it already is at the nose wheel just being.
Pull back as soon as it comes up. Ease it off a hair.
And don't make
then-
any jerky moves,
Right.
just try and.
And
All I
then-
get it, you're trying to learn.
But
So
as soon as we lift off, take it forward.
yep,
Don't
you're
go
gonna
higher
almost
than
have
50.
to. You're gonna have to force the nose forward
Okay.
because what happens is as you increase lift, the plane's trying to fly. So now you
Right.
gotta force it. Okay, no, it's not ready to fly. Force it down.
Right. See.
So the faster that it gets, the more forward pressure you have to do.
Okay, you might want to coach me through this one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Cross-keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, taking runway 27, left closed traffic, cross-keys.
Just go ahead, start back pressure all the way
That's
now.
right. And we don't need to take the maximum full length on
No,
it.
just minimal braking, roll out onto the runway. Now, still make sure that your runway heading's inside and out.
Right. Oh, that's right. You don't want to stop. I'm going to stop now, but you don't want to, right?
No, yeah, you don't want to stop.
All right, so I'm going to screw that part up on this one, but the rest I will try to do. All right, here we go.
All right. Smoothly apply. There you go. The nose is coming up. So yeah, there you go. You just use the tiniest bit of forward pressure. Alright, plane is starting to fly, push the nose down, force it down, there you go, keep going forward pressure.
Oh shoot.
Now you can go ahead and start flying it.
Alright.
Then use the trim wheel to help hold it.
I really suck at trimming this airplane.
Then now you go ahead and your cleared obstacle, you go flaps up. Then 700 feet, clear left.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, turning left crosswind 27, cross keys.
Crosswind runway 4.
Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, left downwind 27, cross keys.
Shondell traffic, yellow biplane is left downwind, runway 4 at Shondell.
Alright, so we're doing a soft field landing, right?
Yep.
So, full flaps, regular landing, but keep the nose off the ground, right?
Yeah, and
What was
short
the speed?
final, just a little bit of airspeed, or a little bit of throttle.
That's right, that's right, that's right. You're gonna have to remind me of that, I promise you.
Shondell traffic, yellow biplane left base, runway 4 at Shondell.
Just remember, for all descents and all landings.
What's that?
For all descents and all landings.
Oh yeah, shit. Coming into high again. Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, left base 27, cross keys. Cross keys traffic, turning final for 27, sorry, November 52261. Final for 27, cross keys. I'm all kinds.
Start getting that power all the way to idle. Yeah, definitely get a little lower here. So we want to be on a shallower approach for this one. There you go.
Good.
Yep. Little there.
Okay.
Add a little bit of power. Don't let the nose wheel touch ever. Don't, more back pressure, more back pressure. Alright, hold it, more back pressure. Go, a little bit more right rudder. Then you can look off to the sides, left and off your left as well if you can't see ahead. Now keep full back pressure even for braking.
Right.
You're gonna do minimal braking. I mean, if you're on grass, the friction's gonna kind of bring you to a, gonna slow you down.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261 is clear for 27 cross keys. Toasty in here.
Sorry, just getting a little close to that tree.
What?
That might have been the closest I've been to that tree.
Oh, congratulations.
Cross keys traffic,
First time forever.
2886, joining right, downwind runway 27, cross keys.
Right downwind, run 27. Definitely said cross keys, right?
I heard 27, I didn't hear cross keys. I don't see anyone unless he's behind
Said
us.
right downwind.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I see a lot of things happen here that don't make sense. Fine. Oh, he's on the left downwind.
Oh, I see him.
Cross keys traffic, Scott 92886, final runway 27, cross keys.
Alright, so what are we doing this time?
I don't know. Just think soft field landing, but I wanted you to watch this anyway, so that way you kind of get, yeah. Sometimes it's good to watch other people fly. Watch a flare. Okay, there they're going around.
Yeah.
We'll do like a soft field takeoff. Why don't you try a soft field landing again? Do both.
Okay. Try not to hit a tree.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of messed us up, because then we like jolted the airplane, and or maybe it was me. I was probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said it, because.
Well, you're just too fixed on the runway.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright.
Try not that.
Alright, I think we're good here. Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261 taking runway 27, left closed traffic, cross keys.
So full back pressure.
Oh yeah, shit.
Like floor is lava, except floor is grass.
Good reference. Kids would love that. Alright. Here we go. P's and P's in the green. Oh shit.
There you go.
Traffic, 9286 is on right down runway 27 Truskies.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You can feel the plane's not responding the same, right?
Yeah. People skid around a lot like that.
Yeah, I see all kinds of stuff.
Alright, I
You're
don't
not
feel
doing
so
too
bad.
bad. No, you're not doing too bad. It's a flight school plane. It's what it's for. It's built for this.
I didn't even get a full 10 degrees of flaps in on that.
No, but I was letting it go because I wanted to see what the plane was going to respond like. You can tell it was almost pretty obvious there that the plane just didn't feel the same, not nearly at all.
Nope.
Alright.
Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk 261, turning left crosswind, 27 Crosskeys. Sure where that other guy went.
Traffic, Archer, right downwind 24 Lakewood.
He is on base.
Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk 92886 is final runway 27 Crosskeys.
Condell traffic, yellow biplane is left downwind at runway 4 at Condell.
Crosskeys traffic, White Skyhawk 261 is left downwind, 27 Crosskeys.
Lakewood traffic, Archer crossing midfield, departing to the east, Lakewood.
Like he landed that time. Crosskeys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, turning left base, 27 Crosskeys.
Crosskeys traffic, Skyhawk 92886, clear of 27 Crosskeys.
Watch, we're pretty high here. I just pulled power all the way idle here. Even, like I said, you could do some S-turns if you wanted to ever dissipate some altitude.
Right. Don't want to go too crazy. Crosskeys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, it's final 27 Crosskeys.
Get that power all the way idle. Get your flaps in.
Watch the trees, Johnny.
Bring it up a little bit. There you go. Add that 100 RPM. More back. Yep, more. A little bit more right rudder. More back pressure. More. More. A little bit more.
Oh, that was fun.
This song pool.
Keep it back, keep it back.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261's clear of 27, cross keys.
I think just a little bit of unstabilized approach kind of screw you off there.
Traffic, Skyhawk 9286.
Yeah, that was,
also a little bit
good.
abrupt movement there too. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
just kind of like jerking it back and forth a little bit.
I think I gotta get used to, well,
You just gotta get a smoother transition
I
to
guess,
that flare.
I think the trees are freaking me out.
Yeah, you were getting
So
close
that
to it.
still too close again?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Like it,
we didn't hit it.
I don't
so.
like it, but I gotta just go a little higher, I guess.
I'm all fine with flying close to them, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess I have to remember I don't need to land like right at the beginning.
well, you kind of want to try at this place.
Right.
Let's go 10 degrees now and go full back pressure. Start with that. But I thought that was a great example of why you need the 10 degrees. You could tell that it really does. Just 10 degrees alone does a lot.
Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 9286, right down, or left down, runway 27, cross keys.
Doing another short field?
Soft field takeoff.
Soft field,
landing,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Cross key traffic, White Skyhawk 261, taking runway 27, left close traffic, cross keys. Everything's green. Airspeed's alive.
Yep, force her down.
Shit.
Yep, stay within 15 feet. Now she's ready to go. Clear the obstacles, and then you can push the nose down and start retracting.
Do you have to wait till 500 or just?
No.
Okay.
As soon as you're cleared, just go ahead. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, don't drag it out long, because then it just makes it look like you don't realize that you've cleared all your obstacles in a way.
Right, okay.
You're going to be sitting next to somebody who is going to tell you you're a terrible pilot. They've never flown with you, they don't know anything about you. So just make it like, you know, pretty well known. Okay, I'm clear of the obstacle, push the nose down, flaps up.
Right. Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, left crosswind, 27, cross keys.
I'm extremely exaggerating that.
South.
Greg's a really nice guy.
Downwind, runway 24.
Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, turning left downwind, 27, cross keys. that guy leave the pattern?
No, he should be short final. He's on the runway.
Oh, shit. That's it.
Traffic, diamond turning, left crosswind 8. Roger the traffic, diamond turning, downwind 8, cross South Jersey.
Cross Keys traffic, Stock 9286, clear to 27.
Cross Keys traffic, White Sky Hawk 261, turning left base 27, Cross Keys.
That nose down a little bit more. Just turned a little early.
Okay. Cross Keys traffic, White Sky Hawk 261, final 27, Cross Keys.
Add the nose forward a little bit, just add a little bit of power.
Stay higher on the trees this time. Just too high now?
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
Power idle, landings assured. Keep it there. So you're like short final. Over the numbers, you can start adding. Add 100 RPM. Hold the nose. Hold it up a little bit more. More. Hold it. That was good.
Getting there. Let's just go to the next one.
And just keep the full back pressure until cleared.
Yeah. I think there's, like, gotta pull back to the left. If I pull it straight back, it, like, kicks to the right or something.
Cross Keys traffic, Stock 9286, clear to 27.
Cross Keys traffic, White Sky Hawk 261 is clear of 27, Cross Keys. Great idea. Dump half my crap on the floor.
Oh, it's a charger. And just get that stuff. Let's try and get like 2 more regular landings in or something.
Yeah, I'd be down for a regular landing.
I just wanted to get you to know the procedures that we have on video, and you can just share fly it or fly it in the sim. And
Interestingly, I haven't really touched the sim since I started doing the real thing.
yeah, just doesn't do the same for you.
It's not the same, and I just don't have the time. Spend the time here.
It will be once you start flying instrument. The sim's freaking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of instrument flying in the sim already, so.
Oh well.
I mean, I should say, that's not really true. That's, It was mostly like auto, you know, like planning out your route in like a A320 or something.
Traffic, Skyhawk 92886.
That's watch might be on the brakes. Yeah, I think slightly.
Gotta just keep my nose on the ground because
Some would argue that that's dangerous, but
I have to like pick which one because of my stupid ankle. Okay, oh sorry. Carb heat in. Mixture full, flaps up. Pick off trim set. Lights on.
and actually well, they're about to land, so this would be like one of those courtesy things. You could pull, turn the landing light off. And like you were about to do, you could pull the mixture back if you just don't forget. If you consulted your checklist for it, just make sure you don't forget to check it again.
I'll just do it again. Not that same guy, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Where did I go? Thought he took off right when we landed.
Yeah, I think they're doing lessons in that plane. A little bit more of a three-pointer.
Alright.
Then we'll wait until they're cleared to...
Okay.
Traffic, Skyhawk 92886, 027.
Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261 taking runway 27 left, closed traffic, cross keys. I keep kicking left. Alright. Let's go. Oh. Whoop. What?
I said cool. You're good. 27 inside now. Engine instruments are green.
Airspeed's alive. What was that wobble?
It's the wheels spinning really fast. That tends to happen if you keep it on the ground for a little bit past 55.
Oh, okay.
And then once you bring it off, the wheels will be spinning. Sometimes if you wanted to, you could just grab the brakes real quick.
Alright, I've seen that. Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, left crosswind 27, cross keys.
South Jersey traffic, Diamond turning crosswind
8. Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261, left downwind for 27, cross keys. Okay.
He's on the ground.
Oh,
getting gas.
he stopped, alright.
Traffic, Diamond turning crosswind 8, South Jersey.
Cross keys traffic, turning base for 27, White Skyhawk 261, cross keys. Cross keys traffic, White Skyhawk 261, turning final, 27, cross keys. Thank you.
I just want to make sure we don't spin into the ground
Yeah,
into the
that'd
trailer
be
park.
nice.
South Jersey traffic, Diamond turning base 8, South Jersey.
This time we're plenty high.
Yeah.
Flare just a little bit more. We're getting the ground effect. There you go, hold it. Oof. Let's keep going, full back pressure while braking.
Cross keys traffic, Skyhawk 261 is clear of 27, cross keys. Was that it? Are we done?
For what?
For the day? Or did we say one more? I forget.
I don't care. Whatever you want to do. We're at 8 laps. I think you got the hang of this. I think for your money wise, it'd be best to get out here when it's, you know, a little bit rougher.
Okay.
I haven't been on the controls at all. I think on the soft field landing, I did this.
Alright.
Just to help apply back pressure.
Alright, yeah, let's just call it a day then.
Yeah, save your money for another day when it's... This is easy. Oh, I don't want to say it's easy, but, you know, this is, for you, it's been...
Well, the two almost stalls scared me.
Well, yeah,
I
don't know what's scarier, spinning into a trailer park or getting your ass kicked by someone in the trailer park.
Yeah, right. So, where are we putting this right now? Are we getting gas or are we...
Yeah, we probably bring it up to the fuel pump.
Okay. Now, he's already there, so is there a certain place I should put it?
Probably like on the other side, like on the longer edge, but.
Like facing,
yeah, like
north.
facing this
Yeah,
way to the north. See what happens. Yeah, I'm almost wondering too if makes sense to maybe. Because I want to try and get some toggle time in the plane. Start using a little bit of VOR navigation. Get us up to Flying W South Jersey area just to get the practice of flying at different airports. And then go to like a northeast Philly.
Right.
That way we're flying in the traffic pattern. And then you can pretty much swing it all the way around and we'll point our nose at his tail.
Like pointing out a little bit?
Yeah, you can go out here and then swing it in.
Point it right at his tail.
Yep. Or you could even come in like on an angle because we do want to be like kind of close to this thing.
Want to hit the thing though.
Very good. Insurance will cover it. We're good right here.
It?
And we'll just use the checklist for shut.
I was just saying we're gonna park here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So after landing, carburetor heat cold. Flaps up. Mixture is lean. Transponder is on. Altitude mode. Landing light off. Avionics master off.
Are we gonna do a ground check or no?
He's good. Go power all the way idle. You'll go off and then back to buzz very quickly. Cool. Then just handbrake as well. This thing will probably roll backwards on us a little bit. I'll have to see if I can get some chops. I'll go get us the pushback while we're waiting on fuel. Alright.